Insights.
This is Akashvani. As Ireland is the partner country in the Hornbill Festival 2025, we bring you an exclusive interview with Ambassador of Ireland to India, Kevin Kelly. Interviewer is Asunu, Akashvani correspondent, Kohima, Nagaland.
Today we are joined by His Excellency, the Ambassador of Ireland to India, Mr. Kevin Kelly. In this conversation, we delve into Ireland's role as a partner country at the 26th edition of the Hornbill Festival and the deepening cultural bridge between India and Ireland. From strengthening people-to-people ties to promoting tourism, heritage and meaningful collaboration with Nagaland, this interview highlights how cultural diplomacy is shaping a vibrant new chapter in India-Ireland relations. Thank you, Ambassador Kelly, for taking your time and speaking to Akashvani News Kohima.
Thank you so much.
Firstly, let me start by asking you what motivated Ireland to become a country partner for the Hornbill Festival 2025, and what aspects of Naga culture or values resonate most strongly with Ireland's cultural diplomacy goals in India?
Thank you very much. So listen, what motivated us is that for us, we're a small country, Ireland. We have a long history with India in terms of our struggle for independence. We were both colonised countries, etc. But today, India is a big, powerful country, 1.4 billion people. Ireland, very far away, we're a small country. And so even though in Ireland, many people know a lot about India, I don't think the reverse is true. So a younger generation of Indians, and this is a very young country, don't really perhaps know as much about Ireland as we want. So that's really why we do these kind of things. And we deliberately don't want to just confine ourselves to Delhi or Mumbai or Bengaluru or the big cities. We want to get out to different parts of the country. So that's why we have an extensive cultural program, and that's why we were so delighted to be invited to Nagaland this year as a country partner. And why Nagaland? You said, what are the similarities? Well, you know what? It's actually, the beauty of this place is astounding. India is a beautiful country, it's so diverse. But Nagaland, when you fly in and it's so green in the mountains, really reminded me of home, reminded me of Ireland. We have very similar landscapes. Also, you know, Nagaland, I think the culture of music and community, and they are values very much that we share in Ireland. So there's so many of the traditions that we have. I visited the museum and I tried to learn a little bit about Naga culture. And a lot of those actually very similar to our own customs and traditions. For example, about the big occasions in families, weddings, funerals, how we go about it, our love of music, our love of singing, of dancing, the opening event of the Hornbill. I was blown away with the array of culture. And also what's very interesting is that your culture is not static. You can see, like, you had this amazing performance starting with very traditional Naga dances with the spears and the thing. And then by the end of that performance, we were back into 2025. Really modern, hip clothes and the kind of music. And Irish culture is the same. It hasn't remained static. We also have very core traditional Irish music, but it's also been modernized through the generations, and we now have so the Irish band that we brought here is representing that. It's representing that kind of core Irish traditional music, but with a modern contemporary twist.
Ambassador sir, you have mentioned that we have close need of our culture, music, in terms of music and dances. But how does this collaboration signifies for India and Ireland relations? And what diplomatic or cultural message does Ireland hope this collaboration sends to the international community as well?
We've had an embassy in New Delhi for over 60 years now, and we're really working now to deepen and grow that relationship. We have a new strategy for South Asia, but we also, Minister Jaishankar, the Indian Foreign Minister, came to Dublin this year, and to mark his visit, our government had an action plan for enhanced engagement, and that was everything from trade, economic to grow that relationship. More political links, more visits from Indian political leaders to Ireland and vice versa, and also in terms of people-to-people links, and that's about people from India going to Ireland and vice versa. But this culture thing is so important. I suppose that you asked me about what message I'd have. I just think that in a world that's so divided at the moment, there's so much conflict. We see wars on our continent. We saw Russia's Ukraine, troubles in the Middle East. The one thing that unites countries and unites people is culture. And you could see that at this amazing event where you had Naga culture, performances, Irish, Japanese. It was truly special. And that's why, I suppose, that's how culture can be a unifier, I think, is a key message.
Ireland and Nagaland have both a rich culture of folklore, music, crafts and community festivals.
Yes.
So what cultural parallels do you see that makes this partnership more meaningful?
Well, I think kind of like I've said already in terms of the exchanges, what I would hope is that, so this year, for the 26th edition, we've brought Irish art and culture to Nagaland, and so we've brought it through the music, we've brought it through literature, we've brought a famous historian, we even brought a famous Irish footballer, we've brought some beautiful art, so those people from Nagaland who are visiting the Hornbill Festival will see a wonderful 16-foot sculpture that we brought of a Celtic Irish goddess, Danu, and so she is now here in Kisama, which is really beautiful. So but what I would like is that there will be some reciprocity and that we will also get Irish audiences to experience some of the beauty of Naga culture. So I'll be looking for opportunities to make that happen during the rest of my time here.
So as you see, Ireland is participating in the cultural performances, public artworks and dialect series during the Hornbill Festival. Could you also share what you consider as the most important message or hope that Ireland wants to bring to Nagaland through such engagements?
Some of the stories we'll be telling, so we have brought this Irish historian over, and she has written extensively about empire and about Ireland and India and empire. So I suppose the one thing I'd love Naga people to learn from all of this is who we are as a people, Irish people, the similarities between us, how many of the challenges that we faced as a country. We were a very, very poor country. When we joined the European Union in 1973, we were the poorest country in Europe, and we're now the fastest growing economy in Europe. We're one of the wealthiest countries. So we've been on a journey, and that doesn't mean we've answered all of our challenges. There's still a long way to go, like there is in many, many countries. We've still things we need to improve. But it's an interesting journey we've been on. So I'd hope that maybe through the discussions and the dialogues that we'll have, we'll be able to share some of those experiences. I see the way Nagaland is developing and how, the big investment that the government is putting in terms of trying to work to build up the tourism sector, to build up your digital infrastructure, so it's truly impressive to be so far away from Delhi and to see so much progress happening. So I think maybe if we could share some of our experiences on our journey.
Beyond the festival, how does the embassy plans to engage local Naga youth, artists and creative professionals? Is there any long-term vision for cultural exchange or capacity building?
Yeah, well, I would hope there will be. This was a start. I mean, this is my first time ever in Nagaland. I met with your very active Chief Minister and your Tourism Minister on a number of occasions now in Delhi, but this is the first time that we've had such a big Irish team up here. So we're very much dipping our toe in the water. But I would hope that from this, relationships will develop. So, for example, there could well be opportunities for university links. Our historian guest will be visiting the university here, will be delivering a lecture tomorrow, and we would look to see what possibilities there might be for exchange there. On the cultural front, I would really hope that we've all been really attracted by the richness of the cultural performances we saw. I would really love to see that we'll have an opportunity to bring that to Ireland as well. So I'm hoping that this is the start of a journey and that we will be moving in that direction.
Looking ahead, what is your vision for Ireland and India relations, say like in the next 5 to 10 years? Particularly Ireland engagement with the Northeast India, what role do you anticipate festivals like Hornbill playing in shaping the future?
I'm very ambitious for the future of our relationship. I think that we're doing a lot. I have a really small but a really brilliant team in Delhi made up of Irish diplomat staff but also fantastic Indian colleagues, and together we have a shared vision for building up the relationship between Ireland and India. So what I would like to see, first of all, in-house is a bigger embassy team. We're also hoping to move our embassy to a more appropriate building. So we have a lot of ambitions around our operations. But more importantly, in terms of the relationship, I would love to see much more connectivity between our political leaders, much more engagement, both in Delhi and in Dublin, but also at multilateral fora where we all meet, in the UN, in the Human Rights Council, in various other bodies. And I would like to see a growing trade. We have a very healthy trade figure with India, 16 billion euros of trade, but I think there's real opportunities to actually grow that. Now, you asked about the Northeast in particular. What I would like, in a way, is that we could not just develop relationships in the big cities, either in the north or in the south, but that we have an opportunity, to collaborate in other parts of the country. So such as the Northeast, and this is like our first attempt to do that in Nagaland. So it's really important that festivals like the Hornbill provide an excellent platform. We arrived here and within a few hours we were in a business roundtable headed by the amazing Abu Metha, Sri Abu Metha, and with all the kind of key government ministers talking about opportunities for trade and enterprise and investment. So I think that is these festivals like the Hornbill provide a great opportunity for that.
Lastly, Ambassador Kelly, as someone who has experienced the Hornbill Festival firsthand, what has stood out the most to you as a cultural ambassador, and what message would you like to share with the people of Ireland about exploring and experiencing India's Northeast?
Well, it's just the vibrancy of your cultural identity and the pride that young people have. Wow, that's something I think we could learn. We have a rich culture in Ireland, and the French have a rich culture in their country, and the Germans and the British, but we're very proud as Irish people in our cultural identity. But when I look at Nagaland and I see, the hundreds of performers that we saw, the young people who are so proud of their culture, the clothes they wear, the earrings the young girls were wearing, which are Naga, the beautiful jewellery, the clothes, the fashion. It's something very obvious to me that young people in Naga are instilled at a very young age with a pride in their identity and in their culture. So I think we could learn a lot from that. I think we need to do more in Ireland to make sure that young people have a similar approach to Irish culture.
Thank you, Ambassador Kelly, for sharing valuable insights on Ireland's partnership at the Hornbill Festival and the growing bonds between our two nations. Your perspective offers a clear understanding on how culture, collaboration and shared values continue to bring India and Ireland closer together. Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you very much.
You were listening to an exclusive interview with Ambassador of Ireland to India, Kevin Kelly. Interviewer was Asuno, Akashvani correspondent, Kohima, Nagaland. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsdtalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp on 9289094044.
Insights